This is a special PUPT news report. The United States of America's legislative branch, one of the 3 branches of government. What is it? Why is it? How is it? You will find the answers to these questions in the following program. We now go to Douglas Beaksley at the Capitol building for more details. Doug?
Thanks, Ed. That's right, folks, the legislative branch of government. Psst, what's the legislative branch of government? Yes. According to dictionary.com, the legislative branch is a branch of federal and state government empowered to make the laws that are enforced by the executive branch and interpreted by the judicial branch. The legislative branch consists of the House of Representatives and the Senate. At both state and federal levels, legislators are made up of popularly elected representatives who propose laws that are sensitive to the needs and interests of their local constituents. After a law is proposed as a bill, it is sent to appropriate committees for several stages of discussion, research, and modification. It is then debated in both legislative houses and put to a vote. If the law is passed, it is still subject to further modification and final vote by both houses. Under the system of checks and balances, the president can refuse to sign the bill into law through the power of veto. Veto? Who's he? The legislature can then override the veto. Other checks and balances include legislative powers to impeach public officials, confirm appointments to the executive and judicial branches, and vote on appropriations. Wow! Who knew the legislative branch did so much? What? Let's now speak with Jack Burrows from the United States House of Representatives. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, Doug. Glad to be here.
Now, Jack, could you tell our viewers at home about the House of Representatives?
Of course. The House of Representatives is one of the 2 chambers of the United States bicameral Congress. With 435 elected officials, the House is the most representative body in the federal government. Like the Senate, the House of Representatives helps make and pass laws.
How is the number of seats a state has for its representatives determined?
The number of seats each state has is determined based on the size of the state. For example, the state of South Carolina has 7 representatives: Joe Cunningham, Joe Wilson, Jeff Duncan, William Timmons, Ralph Norman, Jim Clyburn, and Tom Rice. To become a representative, you must be at least 25 years old and have been a U.S. citizen for at least 7 years. Representatives serve 2-year terms.
Who is in charge of leading the House of Representatives?
The leader of the House of Representatives is called the Speaker of the House, who right now is Nancy Pelosi. They are responsible for ensuring that the House passes legislations that are supported by the majority party. The Speaker of the House is one of the most influential officials in Washington, D.C., and, after the Vice President, the second in succession to the presidency.
Thank you for that, Jack. Let us now go over to the north wing of the Capitol building to speak with Al Offent from the Senate. Good morning, Al.
Morning, Doug. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Al, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Senate?
Certainly. The Senate is one of the 2 houses of the United States Congress. The Senate tends to respond more directly than the House of Representatives to issues of national rather than local concern, though both houses of Congress participate in all aspects of legislation and policymaking.
How is the number of seats a state has for its senators determined?
2 senators are elected from each state, regardless of state population, guaranteeing each state equal representation. The 2 senators from South Carolina, for example, are Lindsey Graham and Tim Scott. To become a senator, you must be at least 30 years old and have been a U.S. citizen for at least 9 years. Senators are elected for 6-year terms.
What are some of the responsibilities of the Senate?
The Senate has the exclusive right to try cases of impeachment, approve presidential appointments, confirm treaties, and elect a vice president if no candidate receives a majority from the Electoral College. The vice president serves as presiding officer of the Senate.
Thank you for your time, Al. Back to you, Ed.
Thanks, Doug.
Well, there you have it, folks. All you need to know about the United States' legislative branch. From here at PUPT News, I'm Edwin Q. Poppleberry, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Phew!
Cookie!
Ha 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 ha.